Oh, hey. Welcome, everybody. I am here for the top 16 of the pack. Um, 5K. It was 285, 86 something players yesterday. And we battled, and after some rough rounds early, we managed to make the cut to get into the top 16. We got 8th with 13 games won, which gives us 45 points. So we will be on the play for our first game, which is nice. Because we are in 8th and our opponent is 9th. And then this is what we are battling. 3B preps. Looks like a pretty standard red-purple list, leaning heavier into surfers with 2 pan shadows and then some locations, like 4. And then it has the full set of crabs, so we do have to be aware of that. But otherwise, it's pretty standard, I would say. It's mostly just the pan shadows and the full set of castles. So being on the play helps a lot here. Knowing that they are pretty limited on 2-drops, if they run out of Rafiki and we have like a Baboom or a Fire the Cannons, I'll probably shoot it off. Otherwise, we're going to want to try and focus on removal for these and then having removal for a location just to make sure that we can play that. Inkable count-wise, they're on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 16, so pretty normal, I would say. As far as the construction of the list, just running the pan shadows instead of more be prepared, Scar, or other tech cards. Okay, we can go ahead and get started here. Cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and battle. This will be round 1. We'll see if we can get some okay hands and brunt the evasives and castles, and then we'll do our best. Hey, appreciate the sub. Thanks for that. And I appreciate the well wishes here. We'll do our best. That's all we can do, right? That's all we did yesterday. That's all we're going to do today. Should be jumping in pretty quick here. Yeah, yesterday had some pretty sweet ones. The crabs are really... The crab really paid off all day. Some of those multi-popsicle dime lines were pretty tricky. I'm going to cancel here and try again. sure that my code is right here. I did make top 16, yeah. I rattled off 4 2-0s in a row towards the end. Appreciate it. All right, we're in. This hand is kind of bad. We have a Mickey, which is good. We'll need the Rise, but not until later. I think we'll keep the Mickey and we'll send everything else back. This hand is okay, but not great. The Tink Swords is good, though. Same with the Simba. We may be on the line where we play double Mickey and then just lean into Tink Swords. We'll see if we have the ink for it. If I have to get rid of Simba, I will. Yeah, when I'm tilting off, that's when I do my best, of course. If they lead on Rafiki, I'll kill it. If they don't, I won't. Well, to the Shadow Realm with you. I do think that Simba is one of the better cards in this matchup, but I feel like the Flav is going to potentially be more useful. Given that we have such an uninkable hand, I think this is fine. But this should slow their aggro down quite a bit, because they only have 2 Kuzcos. We'll ink our Popsicle here and just play a Mickey. Because they only have the 2 Kuzcos, I'm a little less concerned about their aggression if they don't have their 1 into 2. Okay, so they've got the Surfer. I'm debating between just playing the Mickey so that I can set up the Tinkerbell, or if I just play Flaversham. I think I'm just going to play Flaversham. The Quill is nice. The Beast is a little mid, but we'll probably play the Beast next turn. I'm going to keep the Quill and get rid of the Let It Go. And I think I'm going to quest for 1 here. It's unlikely that this gets killed. At least in any way that we meaningfully care about. Rabbit's fine. This is a good draw here. If I play Beast, it means that I'm not inking for a turn. Because I don't really want to ink the Baboom. But I think that's okay. I think that's actually fine. I think we can do this and just pass. I'm passing here because I don't really want to make this vulnerable to Maui, or any of these to Maui, and I want to use this as Tremaine protection, because they do run multiple Tremaines. This also gives us an answer to Castle. We can just swing out and shoot it with the Baboom if we have to. But we'll get our extra draw with Beast here, and then I can actually take a turn to develop the Quill, potentially. I would like to deal with this sooner than later, I think. I got rid of a goat, that's notable. To play a goat, okay. I think I'm going to kill this board here. I think I'm okay with that. We know that they're not playing any Scar, so we can actually bash out now. And then next turn, I'm going to do this with the Flav to make sure that we have cards in case they do have a B-Prep. So that's 3 of the goats gone. So that is also something of note. Beast is dead, but that's fine. Let's do this. Quest here. It's me and a beast. That's good follow-up after a B-Prep. I think I can ink this now. If I bash out, they could Medusa here, Maui here. That would be pretty obnoxious. I think I can just hit here. I would rather the Maui have to hit here. If that's their play. And the 2 lore I don't think is going to matter that much if they B-Prep. It matters some. It is important that 3 of the goats are gone, so if we ever see the other one, we want to make sure that we can get rid of it. I would like to get a whole new world, or another draw from the Flav here. Okay, so they do have the Maui. So they opt to do that, and then ink. So I don't particularly care about these 2. I could just hit here and then force the Maui to trade into the Tinkerbell. I think this is a spot where we're going to play Mickey, Ink, and then just play Beast. And then pass again. I suppose it's possible that they still have the Be Prepared here. And maybe I'm supposed to deploy the Cogsworth to force them to use it instead, like to hold the Beast. But if the Beast does get to live, it'll be quite favorable for us. It is unfortunate if they have a Pinocchio, I suppose, because they can kill the Beast then. Perhaps that's a reason that I should have attacked the Maui. Because it gives them less outs to the Beast. Well, they just don't have it, I see. Well, that's generally good for us then. Well, I'd like to keep the Beast untapped. I want to start getting in some lore, though. I'm going to kind of be stuck forever. Could just ink the Maui, attack this, or just quest. Like, we know that they maybe have crabs. Okay, what if we send this? And then run out the Smee and just quest here. Just force the B prep. Okay. Any item is good. I think it's better to just do this. We might have thrown, actually. If they Tremaine here, it's really pretty bad. Yeah, it's really not great with the Tremaine here. I probably should have played the, like, not the Quill, and I should have done the Cogsworth and maybe the Bell that turn. Because the following turn we could have Whole New Worlded with the Quill in play. Like, done Quill, Bell, Whole New World, and then just ripped, like, an extra 4 ink. Like, we're in this awkward position now where we may have to Whole New World raw and then use the Tinkerbell to kill their board. Which may not be an option if they get rid of Bell here. I may have to sing it now, which is really unfortunate. Because I can't really kill these favorably, so I think I have to just Whole New World. Yeah, I really messed that up. So they're down 2 B preps, a Medusa and a Tremaine. We have to kill this for 4. That leaves us with 7. Seven is a pretty awkward number. All the goats are gone, that's true. That is true. I really want to play this Bell because it gives me access to more ink. But I don't know if that's an option. I think it's probably... It's always this. This is not a... This is a forced choice. Yeah, we knew that the 2 goats were gone already, but yeah. He is right. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, ink this, play Cogsworth, and pass. So we're playing the Cogsworth because it protects the Tinkerbell a little bit, which makes them have to commit more resources into it, because we're going to have to Whole New World again to wipe the board, because we're behind on just everything. Like, we don't have a choice, we have to wipe the board. But we can actually play the Bell, because it basically costs 1. Right, because I can ink. We'll go to 8, back up to 10, 11. That should be enough to tink swords, which I think is what we're drawing to here, or double swords. So that means that I can do this. Ink, Whole New World. Well, that's not good. Are we dead? No, we can live because they don't have any goats, technically. We do have to kill something, though, and then that puts them at 19. And it makes us so we have to play the Tinkerbell. We can tank Smee here, I think. And Baboom, and then we can ink the Cogsworth, I guess. What should I kill here? Crab, probably. Yeah. We still have not seen a dime. And there's 2 swords left in the deck. If our Bell lives and we rip a dime, we can win next turn. So then we don't win next turn no matter what. Okay. Which is unfortunate. So they play another thing. The extra thing is fine if we assume that our outs are still the same, where we need to rip the swords or the because swords is still good here, and it lets us quest with Bell. That's a little unfortunate. We have to kill the board, though, so I don't think we have a choice. If I rip 1 sword and I use this to sing, then that's not good enough. Okay, we'll ink this. I'm just debating if I need this Smee to be able to actually win. It is really complicated. Because if I don't use this Zeus, and I rip a single sword, then the Tremaine is still problematic. I don't think I need to use a Zeus. And I think I can play the Smee. And then I just cast this. I don't sing it. Oh, if I just miss the sword, I die anyway. Okay, so we found the sword. So I can do attack here. I can also sing this. No, this is just better. So it's this, quest for 5. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. That makes sense. Be Prepared is probably the worst for us. Because I don't necessarily have a great response to them playing most characters. We know that they're out of goats. They inked 2 of them, and then 2 of them are here, so there are no more goats. It's the only reason I've been able to take some of the lines that I have. I guess we're dead. Unfortunate. There was another bell in there, but that's still not enough. Because I can't play bell and ink to double dime. That's too bad. Just confirming. No, looks like we're dead. That's a shame. I wonder if there was a spot in there where I could have gotten a little bit more. Okay. We go to game 2. Unfortunate, though. Like, we bricked pretty bad in the last 20 card, like the bottom 20 or so of our deck. Because, like, we didn't find a dime earlier, and then we just ripped both dimes. Like, there's a Tamatoa in there, too, and another Simba. Like, and if we just have the swords a turn, you know, in the first wheel, we don't have to double wheel. We drew a lot of cards to brick there, I think, which is unfortunate. It happens, I suppose. So we go first. I think I send this. I can maybe keep the Rise of the Titans, but it's unlikely that they're going to castle on 4 into a beast. Double Whole New World is awkward. I don't think we're going to be able to afford the Baboom, unfortunately. It's too bad. Maybe they just won Everfiki turn 1 anyway. No, I lost game 1. If I can double Quill, I would rather do that than not. so they did try to play around it. Interesting. I don't know if I can double quill then. Because I'd rather keep the Tinkerbell. So we'll do this. Quill. We'll do that. We'll play this, and I think ink this and pass. I don't have to Whole New World immediately, necessarily. I can wait a turn, probably. We'll see what they play, I suppose. But, like, we're definitely running out Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell Bell. I think we Tinkerbell for sure. I don't think ink at all makes sense, because I don't really want a Whole New World this turn. Like, I want to play Tinkerbell again, but maybe that just doesn't make sense, because I need to do swords. Actually, I can Whole New World this turn. The reason that I can Whole New World this turn is because if they beast, then I can kill everything anyway. This is a lot of Cogsworths. We hit a Be Prepared and 2 goats, that's pretty good. Play Kuzco. Maybe they're thinking about playing Snake to bounce the Crab. They don't have a lot of cards. They're thinking about something. Oh, that's fine. Maybe that's a little more annoying. Than I thought. I do still have to kill this, which is annoying. That will work. We can do this, this, another Tinkerbell, and a swords, and then pass. Okay. So they have 6. They can, in theory, like Tremaine or something. I mean, they have to assume that I have a grab your sword there, so it kind of makes sense. Like, they're just trying to maximize their outs. It's not that unusual, I don't think. Okay. That is all of our rises. And only one castle is gone that we know of. I assume that they're going to try and B-prep this, but, like, that does feel a bit odd if they do. But it's not unimaginable. Okay, so they didn't have one. We shoot this. Play this. Draw a card. Send it back. Pass. The reason that I'm okay whole new worlding there is because we have so much more ink than our opponents that we're doing more things per turn than they are. Like, if their play is just play a Medusa, like, we're going to be able to outquest them. Or just do more shit than them per turn. They have to kill Bell there, like, that's forced, because if they don't, we just basically win too quickly. I'm going to Flav first to give us more information. Nice, more Flavershams. That's great. We're going to play Tamatoa. Get a Popsicle. Wow, that is a lot of Flavershams. We don't need all of these Flavershams. I'm just trying to finish the game here. can close it out relatively quickly, I suspect. Appreciate the bits, Chuck. It's crazy that we haven't seen a dime again. They're just in the bottom 18 cards. Like, that's kind of wild. Because we didn't ink one. Like, we're at 15 ink, and we haven't dimed at all. Not that I necessarily had a spot where I would be really excited to dime, but getting one in play on a turn where our opponent isn't threatening us very much would have been very helpful. Well, if our opponent is doing anything other than be prepared, they're just going to die. I assume that Double Flaversham can find the dime, so we're going to play towards that. This thing... Okay, so we found dime. We're one item short. Tragic. It's fine. I would expect them to concede, but they don't have to necessarily. But there is nothing that they can do to stop the dime and 10 cards in our hand or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so that's that one. Wait, why am I going first? Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. They forgot to check the box. They're supposed to be on the play. This hand is terrible. I think I have to send everything, because I need the ramp more than I need the Smee or the Baboom early. So we are a bit behind already. That is a very fast draw. I think I should kill the Cusco. Which is pretty mid, but I don't really see how I'm winning this game if I don't kill the Cusco. Because this is going to get in for like 3 then. I think I'm just going to kill it now. Obviously, it would have been better if it was a Rafiki, but... I assume that they'll have a Surfer, which we may end up having to let it go. Whole New World is pretty good, actually. Well, it's at least okay. We may need to play it if they play a castle. Just 1, 2, 3, castle. Can't believe we messed up game 1. That's really unfortunate. Being on the draw to have this fucking opener is just, like, there's just no shot. We just have no shot. Okay. It has to be these two. If we let it go the mini, and then we find the removal for the castle, is that just better than my other options to deal with the mini? They'll go to 13. What else can get rid of it? We have 2 Zeus. What other lines would be better? Tinkerbell doesn't work. We don't have enough for Tinkerbell. This puts them at 7, which is really annoying. But just don't hit it, huh? That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Are they gonna kill the beast here? My problem is I don't have enough resources to deal with the castle. And also the cards on their board. So I guess the play is this. And then we just lose to goats because they're at 16. Fuck, dude. That is just so incredibly frustrating. It's really frustrating. It literally doesn't matter what our opponent does here. It could just be AFK. I think we can't win, so it's really sad. I think I messed up game one. That was our game to lose, and I think we did. That's a shame. So no matter what I do, it doesn't matter. Man, that's too bad. Nah, I probably threw game one. It wouldn't surprise me. We'll go back and look later, but it wouldn't surprise me if I threw game one. Like, I got to be on the play and I lost to a deck that has very few cards that are great on the from being behind. I'll go back and look. I don't think a whole new world even saves us here. Like, I don't think that I can close fast enough. I'm surprised that they even inked the castle. Like, our issue is that at 17... Like, there's nothing that I can do against this. I am frustrated. Okay, if I use this to, like, kill the crab, and then just draw 2, I don't really know what I can find. It might be better just to hit these 2, sing here, play bell. Like, leave them with just the rabbit. Get in for 2, I guess. Guess I technically don't have to ink Flaversham. If I draw a whole new world, it's better to ink the Flav. I guess. I'll just pass. If they had a goat, I would have expected them to play it last turn, I guess. Maybe they just have nothing. I don't think they have goat. I think they have friends, and they're debating on just singing friends. Or inking it. They ink it to play castle and another character. It's like their third castle or fourth castle this game. I mean, we're still not necessarily alive. But it certainly helps. I wish I could ink this grab your sword. Because I have to kill the Rafiki. So I guess I have to ink the beast then. So I have to do this. I don't have a choice there. And I mean, I guess I can save the Baboon, but I may as well just use it on the Rafiki. Because I have to quest. Like, I can't not gain lore. I mean, I don't have the luxury of caring for goats. I can't kill both. That is not an option. That's not a possibility. I just have to play towards the win. Like, the goat wins anyway. Like, I don't have the luxury of fighting a goat here. Like, they just kill me if they have a goat. I mean, I'm presenting lethal, but they can always just rabbit into the Smee. Dime would be good, yeah. No, now Bell's dead, so now we're no longer presenting lethal. But it does potentially give us the ability to redraw with Simba. The problem is, right now, that I can't quest with the Smee and then do it again next turn. To actually have lethal. because the Smee dies. So I think I still have to attack the Mim and draw 2 and discard 2. Because the Smee dies. It's still likely I'm going to use the swords, but I need to find something better than a Flabbersham here. Technically, that is better, because I can draw more cards. Well, I can't play the Simba. And I won't have enough to play both of these next turn, which is really unfortunate. I have to play this. It's forced. I think I'm supposed to ink the Tinkerbell. Let me look at their list real quick, but I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to ink the Tinkerbell. It would specifically be Pinocchio plus something. There are 4 goats left. Okay, I have no outs then. Whole New World doesn't... It's not an out is the problem. There's nothing that kills both of these for the resources that we have. Because I need a Simba. And the Simba draws 2, discards 2, but then that's all of my ink. Like, I can kill one, but not both with the cards in my deck. Fuck me, dude. I just don't think there's any outs. That's unfortunate. So this is game 1. Launch it back a little faster than this. So I think my mulligan here is fine. No, that was game 3. We lost. I think getting rid of Bell is fine. Playing the Popsicle's okay. Killing the Rafiki is fine. So far, I don't hit anything that we've done. I appreciate the follows, everybody, and the subscribers that did. I think getting rid of the Popsicle, playing Mickey is fine. I do think that drawing cards is good here. We inked the Let It Go. I think that's okay, given that we have the swords. So we play Beast and don't ink this turn. I guess that's fine. Because we don't really need the double ink. There's a world where we wanted an extra ink so that we could do Tank plus Baboom in a single turn, but there's just not a reality that we needed that. So they play the goat and we wipe the board. We get rid of Bell here. What do we think of that? We don't have a whole new world. So the Bell is kind of mid right now. I think it's fine. It does mean that we have less outs than I thought in game 1. It could have been the Baboom. That also would have been fine. Yeah, it could have been the Baboom here. That's certainly true. I think the rest of the play is fine. Like, the rest of the turn went fine. So then we're on this turn. We ink the Baboom anyway. Like, I'm just not let it going a Medusa, so it doesn't really change much. But not having the Bell is a little awkward. The Let It Go is, like, okay. Again, they have 6 flyers in their deck, like 6 evasives, which is more than average. And you do need some removal for them because they have the Pan's Shadow. But it's possible that the Bell would have been more useful here. I just don't think that we can play a Bell and overcommit into this board anyway, though, is the problem. If we had a Whole New World, it would be different, but we don't currently have a Whole New World. And we already had Beast, Flav, Mickey, and Tink in play. Like, I just don't think you can play a Bell in that spot. But it probably would have been more useful to have the Bell than the Baboom there. I can agree with that. Maui comes in. We lose the Mickey, probably unnecessarily. We likely could have still had the Mickey in play, and I think it would have been fine. I think here is where we started to maybe mess up. I actually unironically think we're supposed to just use the Tinkerbell directly into the Maui. Or, sorry, into the Medusa, and then shoot the Maui for 2. And then just play Beast Mickey. Like, we play the Beast Mickey anyway, and we just do nothing. And I think we could have forced them to clear their board. Because we had to let it go the Maui, like, 3 turns later, and I think that cost us pretty badly here. Because we would just have the Medusa off the field and the Maui off the field to trade just the Tinkerbell. Which I think feels better to me. Like, I'm overvaluing the benefit of the Tinkerbell, but then it ends up costing us the Let It Go for no reason. Like, I think especially because we have the Mickey and the Beast, like, we're playing around Tremaine, and one of the Medusas is already gone. Yeah, we could have had the Maui and the Tinkerbell dead here. Like, we forced the Maui to attack into the bell. Yeah, if we had the Baboom, too, then we could have cleared them both. But also, like, even if we just trade the Tinkerbell in, we still just have Beast plus Mickey against a Rabbit, which is still fine. Because, like, this turn is terrible. This turn is absolutely dog shit. So do we get B-prepped here? They drew it off the Rabbit, I think. Yeah, they drew the B-prep off the Rabbit, so, like, we get rid of their Maui on a turn where it's, like, even worse than normal. So then we're just down extra cards for no reason. That's so bad. Yeah, that probably tossed this game, honestly. Because then now we're in this spot and we get fucking Tremaine for no reason. God damn it. Ugh, that's really frustrating. That was such a bad line. Like, we just did nothing for several turns then. Like, we just time-walked ourselves 3 turns for no reason. Because we'd be on this board with 5 extra ink. And they would be at less lore, or less ink as well. Like, this turn we could have just played Cogsworth or whatever instead of the Smee. Because we would have just had more ink available. And then... and then we probably could have just quested with the Beast and the Mickey, even. But instead, we're just like, we're at 7 instead of a higher lore count, too. Because if we had done that and the board was just Rabbit only, and we had a Cogsworth in play... So, okay, so in this spot here... So here, if we had cleared the Medusa and the Maui, like, on this turn, then, we wouldn't have the Tinkerbell and they wouldn't have the Medusa, in theory. If we put the Cogsworth in play, then the Crab doesn't kill Beast with the Rabbit. So then we can just quest and we would go up to 8, I guess, because we did quest with the Tinkerbell here. But, like, now we're just down a Smee as well, which is one of our better cards. Yeah, possibly. I think we could have also quested with it. And then this turn was pretty awkward, right? Because then we get Tremaine, and then the Tremaine just gets in so much lore. We could be at least 8, right? Even with the line that we took, we could be at least 8. 8 or 10. If we're at 10, I think it's better here. If we're at 10, unironically, if we're at 10 here, I think I'd get rid of the Tinkerbell. Like, if we had the exact same plays that we did, and we got into the same board position, if we were at 10 lore, I think I could have played towards Dime. I don't know if we would have hit it, but I could have sent the Tinkerbell and tried to win with Dime, potentially. But what ended up happening is we ripped, like, a really awkward... a really awkward 7 here. I think getting rid of the hard-headed is fine. The problem being is that we're, like, super far behind. I wonder if I am not even supposed to sing it here. Because if I sing it, then that takes out the line of swords. I guess swords is kind of mid anyway. And we really need to kill the Tremaine. It's fine then. We're at like 1 ink too little to do what I want this turn. Which is to play the bell and then also put on some pressure. Did I just cogs this turn so that I can double ramp? I think I did, right? Yeah, which I actually don't hate the Cogsworth double ramp line. Like, you play bell, you send everything. And then you sing with 10. The issue here is that we just didn't rip the swords. We did rip the tank, we just didn't rip the swords, so then our hand is, like, really mid. And because we don't have more lore, like, we're still pretty far from actually winning. So we have to play the tank and then just, like, make a really suboptimal line. Getting rid of another Cogsworth, which I think that's fine. Removing the crab is probably what we want to do here, most likely. And then, I don't hate our line, but we should just have a little bit more lore. I think even if we're at 8 here, it's probably just better. Because if we're at 8 here, a dime actually wins the game for us. Yeah, I really fucked it by not questing that turn, at the very least. Even if we assume that the line that I took was okay, I should have just quested a little bit more. I was playing conservatively in a spot where I don't think I needed to play as conservatively. Oh, that's really frustrating. Because then we still kind of have force line here. I did consider my options, and I think played this turn well. I don't think I can quest with the beast, but I still needed to quest with the Mickey to be at 8, because then it gives me a better multiple of 5 if we ever get to quest to the bell. Unfortunately, we're not in a position to be able to win with not singing Whole New World here. Like, basically, we're screwed in this spot. I think playing the Smee is fine. I think not doing the Zeus is also fine here. But then I draw into this nonsense, and, like, there's not a lot that I can do about it. Like, we managed to not lose this turn actual. But the problem is that we're never close enough to win from here. Because we have struggled so long to get any lore. Because we missed lore for like 3 turns through the mid game. And then we're just on, like, we've given our opponent 7 cards and an extra ink nonsense every turn. I don't think questing here is bad, but we just, like, with our hand now, we have no way of closing or stopping what they're doing at all. And then we just die here. I don't necessarily know if we win this with the way that the last couple draws were there anyway, but I think it puts us in different positions to actually win, and I don't think we ever gave ourselves the position to win any of these turns. Like, we were playing not to lose rather than playing to win while not losing. And a lot of that comes into us not questing earlier. But I think we're out of bells. Like, I think that's the last bell in our deck, too. There might be one more. But we fucked that game, I think. And we may not have necessarily won if we played it differently. But I think it puts us in a better position if we do play that differently. Honestly, if we had just Beast and Mickey on this board into a Rabbit, I think I maybe was able to quest if we play the Cogsworth. Because it means that Crab can't kill it, and they would have to Maui it, and if they're Mauiing, that means that they're not progressing their own board. And I think that would have been fine. So we fucked that game, I guess. This game was fine, pretty clinical, I think, of just like turbo ramping, killing their stuff, and then winning with just more ink than them. Is there anything in the last game that I did wrong, like really egregiously? I don't think so, but we can look. Let's look at the mulligan first. I mean, the mulligan is what it is. I don't think that Smee without the ramp is good enough, but it's possible that we can keep Smee here. I might have had to keep Smee here on the draw. It gives us more outs to castle, and it gives us more outs to something like a mini. This mini got in for like 6. We hit Baboom and we had to use it on a Kuzco, which is just like not ideal. I think it's correct to have done it there, but it is not ideal. Like, otherwise we're dead way sooner. But obviously we just perish here. If we have a Smee in play, they have a Kuzco and a mini, like, this is still bad for us either way. But if they are killing our Smee, like if we challenge the mini, and they're killing our Smee with a crab or whatever, that means that they're not surfering, and I think that's okay. This turn was rough. Like, I don't know what's right here. So my considerations were I could play Popsicle and then ink Bell and whatever rips off the Popsicle, or the Let It Go and still play the Beast. But, like, I don't know what else I can find that would be better than just playing Beast here. It would have to be, like, specifically Rise of the Titans to kill the castle, like, right now. I think that's the only other thing that would be better than playing Beast this turn. Like, it's just Rise right now, I think. And I feel like the Let It Go is better than a random card off the top. That's why I inked the Popsicle instead. Because I could have played the Popsicle as well here. My intention was to use the Beast to try and get rid of the castle and kill the Surfer in the same turn. This draw was so bad. So, I went through my options to deal with the Surfer and the castle this turn to see if there were any other lines that I could take. And I really don't think that there were. I think we have to use the Let It Go here, ink something else, and then try to hit the castle. Because that leaves them with just the Fox, and I think that's our best case scenario. So I'm not that unhappy with this choice, even though I'm unhappy that we're at 0 to 10 already. So I guess this is fine. And then we rip into this, and we can't really do much. I think playing the Smee is fine here, because it allows us to actually threaten the castle with the Zeus. There's an argument for playing the Mickey, because it still protects us from Tremaine a little bit. But it can't combine with the Zeus to actually kill the castle, and that's why I considered doing it this way. Like, we just don't have the ability to deal with the castle if we don't do it this way. And then we know from here we just, like, can't win the game, because they kill our beasts, and we're just choked on resources the rest of the game. And all we play are Smees, while our opponent just, like, has 10 cards in hand. And we're just playing, like, Dodge the Goat. And eventually we run out of juice. The Simbas helped, but there really wasn't much that we could do with just the Simbas alone. We did our best, but, like, at 0 lore, like, at best we're dodging them playing a character for, like, a bunch of turns in a row. What did we do here? We drew 2 cards with the Quill. We played the Bell, which did give us the best chance, I think. Like, I don't hate how we cleared this board, but we just, like, don't have any... We're just not working with any resources. And then they play just too much shit in a single turn. We did the best that we could here to try and stabilize, which in theory worked to a point, but we just, like, don't have enough resources to do all the things that we need to do here, because we haven't inked enough this game. If we were on, like, 12 ink, I actually think that we might have had a chance to recover here. But this specific turn, I think, is what, like, where we were limited here. If we had the ability to play the Beast and the Rise and kill the Rafiki here, I think we might have been able to win. Assuming that they missed for 2 more turns, which they did. But because we had to ink the Beast instead of playing it this turn, I think that's kind of what cost us. I mean, it doesn't directly cost us, but, like, we have to quest with the Bell. I don't think I can not quest with Bell here. Which means we have to ink something. And playing Beast next turn doesn't help us. Like, literally this turn, I think if Grab the Swords was inkable, I think we're okay. Assuming that they brick, of course. I guess if this was Fire the Cannons... Nah, it's the same then, right? Because we still need to get another ink. No, we don't have enough lore. Wait, that wouldn't matter. Why was I thinking that would have mattered? Was it to keep the beast for the next turn, maybe? I guess it was to keep the beast for the follow-up turn, so I don't think it actually mattered. So we do what we can. We basically use all of our cards. Send the Bell, go to 10. And then our opponent actually has an answer for the Bell, so then we're out of hope then. Because we physically can't gain enough lore before we're dead. Like, if they don't have the ability to kill the Bell here, which I'm not really sure how we could have stopped them if they have a Fox in hand. Like, the Simba did as much work as it could, but we bricked off a little bit too. Like, if this Flaversham was just something else as well... Like, if this was that beast, then we maybe have a shot, right? But then we don't have the swords, so that's a problem here, too. But if this Flaversham was just something else... which we eventually have it be something else from this. But this was too expensive of a thing, right? Like, we needed this to be... Popsicle or whatever, or this just to already be a card. Because if that's, like, okay, let's imagine it's Cogsworth there instead of the Flaversham. We just slam that in Cogsworth, and then our Smee lives. And then that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's presenting lethal. But because it had to be that drawing into the thing, like, it just gives our opponent an entire extra turn to do stuff. And as we know, they just Medusa and kill us here, so... Yeah, I guess we messed up game 1. It was our game to lose, so... It was definitely our game to lose, and we did. Like, I don't think that this matchup is bad. We got a little unlucky in game 1 with where some of our cards were in the deck. But we also didn't play super well on this turn. And we didn't play super well with what we were inking back here. Because I think that there's a world where we can... Like, way, way back here. Like, our first couple hand plays were fine. But on the turn after we do the Flav, I think we can just... not here. This turn. Like, here, I think we can play towards having the Bell down. Because we already have a good answer to the board. I should have thought about this a little bit more, basically. So we already have an answer to the board. We don't need the Baboom here. Right, this card, and this card are fine. The Baboom is the weakest of the three, because if we look at our opponent's deck, which is... oh, it's here. If If we look at our opponent's deck, they don't have that many things with 2 toughness. It's 2 Maleficents, 2 Kuzcos, and then the Rafikis. And then obviously the Queen's Castle, you can hit that sometimes. So in this case, since we're already playing our Tinkerbell and the swords here, we don't need the Baboom as much on this turn specifically. It does give us the ability potentially to kill a Maui if it attacks the beast, which is something that I was considering. Which, if that's what we're considering, then we can get rid of Let It Go over Bell. Like, either one of these, I think, are worse than Bell. And I think it's possible that the Baboom is maybe a little better than the Let It Go. Because, like, if they play Medusa, we're not letting it go, right? So I think it's probably supposed to be Let It Go in this spot over the Bell. So we tank, and then we get to this position, which I think questing out here is fine. But then on this turn, we would have a Bell as an option. But more so, instead of the Bell, what I could have done is we, like, play Mickey and this, and just we ramp up that way. And then we, even if we ink the Bell or the Cogsworth here, we just double ramp. And then we can use the Flav to draw extra cards. Which I think we did, and we got rid of the Mickey, which is maybe fine. And then here, we, play the Beast, and then we get blown out. And we play the Cogsworth here, right? Oh, we just pass. We did nothing here. We played like a little bitch. Oh, this turn was terrible. Wait, what the fuck? Why didn't I play Cogsworth here? Why didn't I play Cogsworth? Didn't I say... out, they could Medusa here, Maui here. That would be pretty obnoxious. So I even said what they could do and it would be obnoxious. I think I can just hit here. It's me and a Beast. That's good follow-up after a B-Prep. Why didn't we play the Cogsworth here? I think I can ink this now. If I bash out, they could Medusa here, Maui here. Was it just not even in consideration? Wow, I think that's a mistake. If we're assuming that we have this as B-Prep follow-up, like, why am I not playing Cogsworth here? It makes it so that Maui can't just clean the Flav. Like, I honestly probably could have attacked with Tinkerbell then, too. If I... Oh, Jesus, this turn was so bad. What the fuck? Like, I think I'm supposed to ink this, keep the Baboom, play the Cogsworth, and then even if they Maui, like the Tinkerbell or whatever, we can just Baboom it and then play this. Or, like, play this and then Baboom it. Instead, what happens is we just, like... that's why we got ourselves in such a shitty fucking spot. Because Maui just gets to eat the Flaversham for free. Instead of them having to bash both of them in here, and then we lose the Mickey. Wow, that's so dumb. Wow, yeah, that's really bad then. We literally, like, have a whole extra character in play. And instead, it's just, like, rotting in our hand forever before our... Like, we have to play it super late later. We would be at almost 13 lore or something. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't play that here. That's... We're playing around Be Prepared, but we have the ability to play around Be Prepared already anyway. Because we have the Smee and the Beast as a follow-up. Like, that was already our player on Be Prepared, and we made it so that they just didn't have to Be Prepared this board. And it's not like the Cogsworth is really that good. Damn, we fucked this game one so bad. Wow, that is a real shame. Yeah, I think I fucked it up, and then, like, we just continued to fuck it up. Like, after I already fucked this turn by not playing the Cogsworth and just letting them kill 2 guys for free. Like, actually for free, right? We got 2 lore just to lose 2 characters. We're just minus 2 cards. Then we messed it up here as well. Like, if we just have that Baboom still... Yeah, I was overvaluing Let It Go for no reason. I was playing really scared around a flyer, and we just don't need to here. Like, if we just have this other Baboom, which we got from a different spot, we can just ink the Let It Go here, and then even after this turn, then we have a line where we just Tinkerbell here and shoot the Maui. And we can even then play Smee, Mickey, or whatever, and still keep, like, a better hand to respond to a Be Prepared. Wow, we just messed this so badly. Because then we get into this spot where we have to fucking Let It Go Maui, which just is so terrible. And we play right into a Be Prepared, and then into a Tremaine. Jesus, okay. Alright, well, that's why we lost then. I don't think it's a bad matchup, red-purple. I definitely think that we navigated this game wrong. The deck is very hard, and I am not always at my best in my first games, which is unfortunate. It's possible that I should have just got on a little earlier and jammed a couple games in the ladder just to shake off the sleepies. But top 16 is still good. It was a good result overall. Our opponent played well, and they capitalized on our mistakes, so good for them. I hope that they do well in the rest of the tournament. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to be more consistent and not make those mistakes. Play more, I guess, but it's just really hard. But it is what it is. So I will probably send you over to, I guess, Tia's stream. And then... maybe we'll be on again later. There's nothing really I can do for now, so thanks for hanging out.